Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, hi, my name is Mary and I give you guys an extra warm welcome. I would love it if you grabbed a snack, stayed for a while, and click the subscribe button. I would love to have you. And if you're a returning viewer, thank you so much for coming back. I appreciate you more than you know. Welcome to the last video of 2021. I cannot believe that I'm saying that. Holy guacamole. If you have been here since the beginning of 2021, I want to give you guys an extra thank you. I appreciate you being here since then and continuing to be here. You honestly have no idea how much it means to me that you are still here. Okay, so today's video is the top 10 most memorable eyeshadow palettes of 2021. You are definitely seeing a lot of best of or the best makeup of 2021, but like I said, I feel like it varies from person to person. So I decided to name this video my most memorable eyeshadow palettes because some of you might not agree with some of these choices. Okay, so why don't we just go ahead and dig right into these 10 eyeshadow palettes. All right, guys, I am wearing two of the eyeshadow palettes on my eyes and a couple of the other palettes on my face. I did include two face palettes in this video just because I feel like they were that great that they had to be in this video. I am going to have a drink because COVID hit our household after the holidays. So this is cheers to recovering from it and symptoms being mild and feeling mostly like the common cold or flu. So yeah, cheers to being done with COVID. Okay, so these are actually ranked. I decided last minute to actually rank them because I feel like they deserved to be ranked. But don't get me wrong, all 10 of these palettes are absolutely gorgeous and I adore every single one of them. All right, guys, so this palette ranked at number 10 because you can pretty much only get one look from it. It's a gorgeous palette and every time I use it, I absolutely love the way that my eye look turns out. It's just that I could only get one eye look out of it. And it is the Charlotte Tilbury Luxury Palette of Pearls and Celestial Pearl. So this is the first one that she came out with out of the two from her holiday collection. And pretty much all shimmers or shimmery shades that have either sheen or sparkle in them. So it's definitely a perfect palette for the holidays, and then add like a pop of lips, whether it's red or dark brown. But every time you use this, you will not be unhappy just because the eye look turns out beautiful. It's just you only get one eye look from it. So it's a beautiful palette, but that is why it is at number 10. Okay, the palette that ranked at number 9, and the reason I ranked it at number 9 is because I have not played with it enough to get more love for it. But every time I have used it, I love how vibrant my eye look is, and that is the Melt Cosmetics Amor y Mariposas Pressed Pigment Palette. These shades in this palette just really surprised me and really knocked my socks off because the pigment is so amazing. Every single time I have picked this palette up, I want to pick it up again. Even though it is a very colorful palette and I don't use color all that much anymore, this palette actually excites me and it really left an impression on me since I picked it up. So that is why this is at number 9. Okay, coming in at number 8 is a palette from a brand that is hopefully relaunching in January of 2022. Rumor has it that's when it will come back, but we shall see. I could be wrong. Let me know if you have seen otherwise. And that is the KKW Beauty Camo palette. So I purchased a couple of items from this collection And out of everything, the palette is what stood out the most and impressed me the most. These shades in this palette are absolutely beautiful. I'm pretty sure I have used every single one of them. The shimmers in this palette are definitely different from the other KKW Beauty palettes that I own. So I'm hoping that the quality in the shimmers and the mattes too from this palette is coming back for the relaunch, because if it's not, then I'm gonna be very sad. KKW Beauty is definitely one of those brands that really caught my eye. I just feel like it fits my aesthetics for what my taste is like right now at the age I'm at. Okay, and palette that ranked in at number 7 is the Natasha Denona Glam Face Palette. So this one ranked a little bit lower on the list because of this blush and the fact that it's just a neutral palette. But every single eye look I have created with this, it looks absolutely gorgeous. And the shade in the blush is very, very pretty. It's just that I really need to dig into it. Can you see that? So the pigmentation is not there as much as I wish it did, because I literally have to really dig into it to get pigment. So that is why it ranked at the number that it did, but it's still a beautiful palette. And I have a feeling that I'm gonna keep using this quite a bit, because I have 3 steps in my makeup routine in here, which is awesome and super travel friendly, which is so worth it. Okay, this next palette did not come out this year, but 2021 is the year that I purchased it, played around with it, and fell in love with it. And that is the Sydney Grace and Mel Thompson collaboration, the Tiny Marbles palette. She did such an amazing job with this palette, because there is color in here, but there is also some neutral tones to where you can create a nice and soft look. You can also create a very smoky look as well. Like, she gave us everything that we need in an eyeshadow palette, and the shimmers in here are absolutely amazing. I definitely feel like she picked a very good makeup brand that has amazing shimmers. Indie brands have a way of just killing it when it comes to shimmers, like Pat McGrath level. This is an amazing palette, and if you own this, pick it up and use it more often, because it is that beautiful. Okay, coming in at number 5 is the Huda Beauty Jaguar palette from a Wild Obsessions collection. This one definitely took me by surprise because, one, it is a cool tone palette. Those of you who have been here for a while know that I am a warm tones kind of gal. And 2, I feel like it's very purple based, but it is also green based, and that's probably why this palette attracts me so much, because I love greens, and purple and greens just look so beautiful together. It is seriously such a beautiful palette and worth it for the $29. Okay, these next 4 palettes made it very difficult to rank. And that is because they're all just so beautiful. I mean, all of the palettes on this list are, but these gave, like, I really had to think about it. So coming in at number 4 is the Pat McGrath Celestial Odyssey palette. It's part of her holiday collection. I don't own last year's, but this one here is absolutely gorgeous. Every time I open this palette up, I can think of 2 or 3 eye looks that I can create. Every single shimmer in this palette is just as beautiful as the other. The mattes are great. I do like the fact that she gave us like 2 different tones of browns and then 2 different tones of like pinky tones. The shimmers in here are truly astonishing. Even though they're not her Astro Blitz formula, they are still absolutely beautiful. Okay, coming in at number 3 is the Natasha Denona Retro palette. So this palette definitely took me by surprise, and that is because, again, it is a cool tone palette, and it is like a purple, mauve purple based palette. Even though I love purple and purple complements me very well, it's not my favorite color. But this palette, I love it because not only is it a cool tone palette, if you cover these shades, okay, those are cool tones, right? But then if you cover this area, like there is some warm tones in here as well. And depending on which shade you pair it with, they just complement each other so well. She did a very, very good job with this palette, and every single eye look I have created with it, I absolutely love. I have this palette and the Glam Face palette on my eyes, and I love this eye look. I think it's beautiful. Okay, just 2 more palettes and we are done with this video. Some of you might be shocked at number 2 and the fact that it took this place instead of the retro palette is crazy to me, but it honestly really did because it's that amazing. And it is the Huda Beauty Rose Quartz palette. What? Yeah, it's another cool tone palette. Crazy, right? Am I converting? Possibly, maybe, but it's another rosy and mauve purple tone palette. But the same with the retro, you do have your cool tones, and then you also have like some warm tones in here that you can go either or you can mix the cool tone and the warm tones, and I feel like every single shade in this palette just complements each other very, very, very well. Besides this like peachy shade, is it this one? No, just kidding. This one right here, the peachy shade right here, everything else is beautiful and there is not another dud in here. Huda Beauty really just did such an amazing job with this palette. I am very glad to have this eyeshadow palette in my collection. Okay, and I would say last but not least, but really it's not last, it's number 1. And that is the Charlotte Tilbury Look of Love face palette. I know, crazy, what? So she did come out with 2 different palettes when she released this. One for like your darker skin tones and then this one for your light skin tones. Controversy, yes, she should have definitely came out with at least 3, but at least she did 2. In this palette, you have a bronzer, you have your blush, you have a highlight, you have your pressed powder for either all over the face or your under eyes, and you have the 3 eyeshadows for an eye look. The eye look that I was wearing in the 10 most memorable makeup items, this is what I have on for the eye look, and I absolutely love the way that it looks. I know it's simple and it's nothing extraordinary, but it honestly, you get such a beautiful, classy, soft eye look every single time you use it. And the fact that there is absolutely no wasted space in this palette is what makes it a winner and had me put this at number 1. You can see how much I have used this palette. I have given it some love. Way too much love. If I could use this every day, I totally would. So if she keeps this concept with these face palettes where she adds a pressed powder in here instead of giving us such a big highlight in that area and 2 blushes, I feel like everyone will benefit from these. She of course has to work on the pressed powder and make sure that it's more universal, even though that'll be hard just because there's so many different skin tones. But I'm sure she can try and figure something out. Maybe do like a translucent and like a medium and a dark one. I don't know, but she needs to keep this going to where there is no wasted space in this face palette, because that is the reason, like I said a couple of minutes ago, why I love this and why it is number 1 on my list. Ooh, and we are done. We are done. I don't even want to imagine if I had to rank more. Just like I said, at least I think I said it earlier and in the previous video, I just sat down and started thinking about some of the eyeshadow palettes that I tried out in 2021, and that literally just came into my head and I just wrote them down, and I ended at 10 before I truly had to really think hard about the eyeshadow palettes that I tested out. These are the ones that left the long-lasting impression on me in 2021. And I feel like I have some pretty good choices in here. Some of you might not agree with some of my choices. Some of you might agree with a lot of my choices. Some of you might agree with all of my choices. But either way, for me personally, these were the 10 most memorable eyeshadow palettes of 2021 for me, and I am super ecstatic that they are all in my collection. All right guys, well, I hope you enjoyed this video. I had a lot of fun ranking these palettes, and I also had a lot of fun making this list. If you made it this far, congratulations. There is a giveaway on this video. What? Am I crazy? No. It's almost the end of the year. I'm feeling giving right now. And also, I want to show you guys that I appreciate you. I am here because of you. You are the reason why I am here. And I'm almost at 1,000 subscribers. So I just told myself, you know what? Just do a giveaway. Just do a giveaway. It's nothing big, nothing fancy. I will be giving away a $40 gift card. I know it's not a lot of money, but I will be doing a $40 gift card. So what do you have to do to be entered into this giveaway? Number one, you have to make sure that you are subscribed to my channel. So if you are not subscribed, hit that subscribe button. Go ahead, do it. And if you already are subscribed, then you don't have to do that step. Number two, you have to make sure and like this video. So go ahead, click the like button, click it. Good job. Okay, and last but not least, number three, why don't you go ahead and give me your New Year's resolution for 2022? It could be anything, absolutely anything. I would love to know. I have mentioned it before. I love interacting with you guys in the comments. I try to respond to every single person. Sometimes I don't get the notification if I get a comment till like a couple of days later, sometimes even a week. So if I miss your comment, it's not on purpose, honestly. It's just I sometimes don't get the notification. But okay, complete those 3 steps. You must be 18 and older, and since it's like a gift card, it could be internationally. Yay. So that's it. That's all you have to do. And good luck to anyone who enters the giveaway. That concludes this video. All right, I would love it if you gave this video a big ol' thumbs up. I would greatly appreciate it, and it would definitely help me out in the algorithm of hopefully bringing some new and fresh eyes to my channel. And if you haven't done so already, I would love it if you joined my small YouTube family by clicking the subscribe button. I would love to have you. Okay, I will see you guys on the next video and in 2022. Bye.